So, it's finally time to resume doing Inside the Box, and we start with Stratos 4, which you can see here, this is the first, and I've got the limited edition box. We've got the 4 individual DVDs here. I'm trying to recall what happened in here and trying not to be confused by what I saw in Rocket Girls. The two are kind of blending together, but I think I watched this. I recall the first time I tried watching the first DVD, I wasn't too impressed with it at the time, and I came back later and enjoyed it. And this is the Return to Base OVA, a new original video animation. And I don't think I saw this. I have it, I just haven't seen it. Next up we have Rumbling Hearts. And when I watched this, I wasn't terribly entertained by it. I thought it was fine for a couple of episodes, but well, I kind of lost respect for the main character after that, after those initial incidents. It could be interesting to see what I think rewatching it now, though, and maybe when I get around to rewatching Peach Girl, I'll watch Rumbling Hearts as well. Let's see, next up we've got Karin, Chibi Vampire, and this one was pleasantly enjoyable. I'm trying to remember exactly what the ending was like, but yeah. I just remember, well, it just kind of being fun to go along and watch. Kind of strange, and nothing about it that's like particularly astounding that comes to my mind, but an enjoyable watch. Next up, we've got the Kiddy Grade individuals. And I remember enjoying this series, not being wowed by it either, but just kind of going along and enjoying events as they go along, I think. I tried to get my friend to watch it. It would have been a really good refresher for what all happens, because for now, I only remember a couple of parts of it, and I think they're the most important parts, so I can't really talk about them, but oh well. And what would Inside the Box be without showing Dragon Ball stuff? I'm not going to look in these bricks. If I remember right, the DVDs are pretty predictable. Instead, we'll go through them. The reason I'm okay with showing this again is because, as usual, there's more Dragon Ball stuff to show. So, and what I mean by that is, you know, additional DVDs and Blu-rays and whatnot have come out. So, there's kind of new content to show. These are the 5 seasons of the original Dragon Ball. I still have the individual version of the first movie that Funimation released. And this 3-pack version of the Dragon Ball movies 2, 3, and 4 that Funimation also released. You know, with the Path to Power definitely being one that I enjoyed. Here we have the Dragon Ball Z orange brick boxes. The orange bricks, yeah. There's a good number of these. 9 of them. Then we've got the Steelbook DVD, movies and specials. This one has History of Trunks and Bardock, the father of Goku. This one has the first and second movie, Dead Zone and The World's Strongest. Then we have third and the fourth, Tree of Might and Lord Slug. Next up, fifth and sixth, Cooler's Revenge and The Return of Cooler. And then we've got seventh and ninth, I believe, Super Android 13 and BoJack Unbound. Then we've got the 8th, 10th, and 11th, Brawly the Legendary Super Saiyan, Brawly Second Coming, and Bio Brawly. And finally the 12th and 13th, Fusion Reborn and Wrath of the Dragon, which were actually kind of nice after watching all those movies. I think I appreciated those two a bit. Let's not stop there and continue on to Dragon Ball Z Kai. It's been a while since any additional Kai DVDs have come out. But I guess all I could do is wait. We've got volume 2 here. I assume this is all, that the reason that we haven't seen more of these is due to the Kikuchi Yamamoto score stuff. Or something. I could be mistaken. We've got part 4. There's more parts out than I remembered there being. We've got part 5. And then part 6. Which ends at episode 77. So I think 2 more parts, and we'll have all of Dragon Ball Z Kai, which should end at the end of the Cell games, which is a bit unfortunate because I think the Buu Saga could have used some of the Kai treatment. It's hard to tell if that means Kai is worth watching or not, because it means that we still have to watch the Z pacing for the Buu Saga. I don't know. And let's cover Dragon Ball GT real quick in this video as well. Here we've got Season 1 and Season 2, which also has the GT movie A Hero's Legacy. I don't think it's really a movie. I think it was actually shown on TV as a special. I do believe there was a complete collection version of GT recently. Next up, the Dragon Box versions of Dragon Ball Z. And I do believe this is the only thing we need to look at on the inside of them. Yeah, it's slightly different graphic. So the cases with the DVDs in them, well, okay, they may actually have cases, but I'm trying to go through these kind of fast. Box 2 seems to be particularly pricey and rare. So I probably started collecting it just the right time, because I think it was still affordable when I got it. Oh, we're actually far enough to see that former Frieza on Team 4 Stars thing. We've got Cell. Let's see. on, not so coincidentally in the part of the thing where Gohan starts appearing on the graphic. Piccolo. And back to Goku for Dragon Box 7. And now, all together, the Dragon Boxes. And we finish things up with the Dragon Ball Blu-rays. We've got level 1.1 and 1.2. As you can see here, there's a little arrow up and right, and the level, a little arrow down and right. So I wonder if that means the next one will be 2.1. In the back here, I think I counted last time how many releases there were going to be. Something like 18 of them, was it? I don't remember. Don't take that at face value. You'll have to look at my previous videos to know what number I actually said. And then we've got the Blu-ray versions of the movies and the specials. This has the Trunks and Bardock special, movies 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 9, 8, 10 and 11, and 12 and 13. Just like the Steelbooks, except these are in Blu-ray form. Next up, we've got the Blu-ray versions of Dragon Ball Z Kai, as it's released here, being released here. It took a lot of effort to get the stickers off of the paper wraps. But yeah, the same 6 Blu-rays have been released of Kai. And that more or less finishes the Dragon Ball stuff. Although there are a couple of extra things worth talking about. I do have the DVD and Blu-ray versions of Season 1. These are the, from when they were first released. I do not know if, I think for a while there Funimation pulled stock and everything is back in stock again. The issue was that, again, the musical stuff in Dragon Ball Z Kai, the Yamamoto versus Kikuchi stuff, well, they had the wrong score on these. These are basically just repackaged versions of the Blu-rays and the DVDs, or at least it looked like they were. There was some evidence that they might not be, but I didn't go back and I didn't have a chance to review them. I do now if necessary, but basically I've held on to these in the off chance that they're like the NIS Toradora Part 1 and Persona Part 1 first releases, where they remove the deinterlacing. They're not necessarily very collectible, but they're kind of interesting nonetheless. These just have the wrong musical score, and if I do pick them up again because they have a different musical score, it would be because I just want everything. So there we go. That's all of the Dragon Ball stuff, and that ends this week's return to Inside the Box.